I had this for about 6 months now, and if you're new around my channel, I do reviews of products that I like after a certain time period. So I do 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and so on, if the product is still good and if it still works and everything else like that. Now this is the Levoit Core 600S air purifier. I had it for 6 months. We had to clean the bin just once so far. You have to clean it up every 6 months and then replace it a year. So we'll see how this goes in a year, but so far it's amazing. I love this for sure. It's always at 1. And it has a blue ring. It has indicators. It turns blue when it's very, very good, basically super clean air, green when it's good air, red or orange when it's kind of moderate or bad or starting to get bad, and then red is bad quality and you have to actually like turn it up. I always have it in automatic mode, and it does the job because it just auto sets the fan speed and the filtration throughout the whole house very, very quickly. This has a 1600 foot distance reach and has a 2.5 PM molecule little calibration, which is the best you can probably get on a air purifier. This has an Energy Star rating as well, meaning that you do a lot less consumer power compared to any other air purifier out there in the market. So it's very good to be energy saving as well for something that you would really need if you have it. Now I did have kind of like a fire near me, so a lot of smoke within the first 2-3 months of having this. This is where it really shined because it really took out the smoke from the house, or sometimes whenever certain type of cooking or whatever going through the kitchen, since this is right next to the kitchen, it'll filter out everything and stop it from like spreading throughout the rest of the house and then making it harder. So this is the central idea. It's mostly where the place that you're going to be living in the most, like everyone's going to be at, and that's the living room for me. So that's where I have it right now. It's very discreet out in the little corner here that I have it. You just set it to automatic, let it do its thing. Have some area for a room for the filter itself to spread out, and it does really good. I can definitely feel a lot better in this specific room compared to my room or any other room in the house, which reaches a very good amount, and that's when it's on full blast. But right now it's on automatic, so meaning it's going to be a little bit less square feet, but it's still going to be outputting a lot more filtration, just slower. If you have it on the fastest mode, which I'll show you here, it acts as a fan and it acts as a faster filtration to reach throughout the entire house. So just keep that in mind. It does have a lock mode as well, so you press and hold this for about 3 seconds and then it'll blink on here, and then you cannot turn anything off or mess with any of the settings, which is good for childproof. And then you press and hold the lock for 3 seconds as well to unlock it. You have a little display, so if you don't want to see the display ever and you want to look at the phone for the settings or whatever, you just don't want to see this, you could turn it off if you want. Now I do have it set on so whenever there's no light, it will turn off on its own, so it saves a little bit more power throughout the night. And then whenever there's light, obviously it'll have the light on, which is really good, but you could change that setting if you want it to always be on or always be off. It does have a timer here in 1 hour increments going all the way up to 12 hours right here, and there we go. And then right here we have a disposable bin. Let me go ahead and turn this off. And then we have a recycle bin. Basically, if you empty the bin and clean it out or put a new one in, you press and hold this for 3 seconds, 3 to 10 seconds, I'm pretty sure, and then you go ahead and do that. You also have a night mode button, which makes it quieter than the first setting, and it'll basically be, if you have this in your room or you're trying to sleep somewhere with this or have a small area, then you can have that on set as well. And you can schedule this to whatever you want. There's a lot more information within the app. Since this does have an app, I'll show you this right now. So this does have an app. I used it for about 3 months, I would say. I don't use it as much as right now because I know it's doing good filtration. But as you can see, we have a chart here. It's called VSync. The app is called VSync. You have a chart here and it's showing you all the filtration that it's been doing and the peaks on it. Now there was one point when it went red for a while, and then I didn't know, and it automatically set it up to the 4th setting, which is very helpful. Automatic is the best mode and my personal favorite on how to keep it, but you can vary on different things. You have weeks, so it's always constantly running 24 hours a day. It's not pulling up a whole lot of electricity. I did a measurement chart as well. If you haven't seen the previous video, I did a lot of testing on that video, which it did get a lot of traction, which I do appreciate, and I do appreciate everyone with the kind comments on that video. You do have cumulative running, so 4.1 thousand hours equivalent to living 172 days in the Amazon forest, and that's 6 months of use. So it's basically like you're living in an area with very clean air. 16.0 million squared, equivalent to planting 15.1k trees around your home, which is a lot of trees. So that's really cool. And it says 6.43 kilowatts an hour, and I'll see if that's fully accurate. I'm pretty sure it's not that accurate, but we'll see if that is. And it says equivalent to 257 hours of a light bulb, but it doesn't say what specific type of light bulb, but it does have eco setting. So it says light detection, as you can see, display on and off, this light detection, display lock, eco mode. You can go in here and you can do quiet or efficient, which is basically, I'll show you this, up to 1600 square feet. And that itself feels really good. Like the fan itself is probably the best type of fan you can get. It'll take out so much of the bad air and just make it feel a lot less stuffy, or take out the dust and everything else like that. Now it was dirty. I did take it out. It was pretty dirty, but it was pretty satisfying to clean out. It was, not gonna lie, it was really, really cool. You do have timers here as well, so you can actually go ahead and put it on for a timer increment or a schedule. I do have it on a schedule, so it will turn on at 6:50 in the morning. And okay, well, I don't have an off setting, so it's constantly on. I don't know, unless it turns on at a certain mode. Yeah, so it does turn on a certain mode. So no matter what, it'll auto reset on auto in case it's on 4 or I left it at 4 or whatever. It'll auto reset to that, and then at 10:30 it'll go to sleep, which means it'll be way quieter so no one else actually hears it, which is really good. 10:30 seems like a good time. Obviously nighttime, for not all the night settings and everything else like that, it'll go straight to that, which is really cool. So very nice on that. And then right here, obviously you do have the econ mode 1 through 4 and sleep, which is really easy to access right there. And it does have the filter life. So I did reset it, so now it says 100%. And then you can also buy filters right here, which is, I believe, 60. Yep, it is $60. It's pretty pricey, to be honest, but this lasts you about a year to 2 years. Technically you could use it as long as you want, but it does has 3-stage filtration. So it does have a custom activated carbon filter, a H13 true HEPA filter, and a pre-filter. So it's going to get rid of the mold, dust, germs, viruses, bacteria, everything else like that. It's going to basically take out pet allergens, toxic absorbers, smoke. It's going to remove the smoke. So that's what it's good for if you have fires, especially if you're living in California, since there's always going to be fires for whatever reason. It's sad, but there's always going to be fires or something like that. That's where I'm at. So I definitely needed this. And it does pull in obviously 0.25 or 0.25 on the filtration type. I mean, as you can see, it has a little chart here as well. So it shows you basically everything else that it can absorb. So the original filter, the pet filter, the smoke filter, and the toxin filter. So the original filter is basically what everything else is standard. And then the other 3 is what they implemented. And they have the best type of filtrations on the market and the best type of air purifiers on the market. So that's why you know you're getting the best for your money. And as you can see, it says new after 6 months, and you can clean it and basically reuse it again. I'm not too sure how many times you can do that, but I'm pretty sure it's up to a year to 2 years. A little closer look there. And it just says make sure you get the Levoit one. If you buy a third-party one for a filter, it might be too small, bad quality, and not perform as good as the original. So I recommend just getting the original. It's probably not that much apart from the other one, but I probably will check out some other ones just in case. And if I do find a replacement for one, then we'll probably check it out. And then they have more products here. They have the 300S, which I kind of want. I want the 200 or 300S. We'll probably check one of those out in the future, but for right now, an amazing device. It's fairly, for the size, they have more bigger ones out there on the market from different companies that look super ugly in my opinion. This one, it's a nice white modern look to it. Has that AirSight laser on the right hand side. Has little handles here as well, so you can actually move it around and stuff like that. But I keep it stationary in one place. You can move it if you want to, which is really nice in case you need to put it in one certain area of the room which has a lot more dust or whatever. If you're cleaning or something like that, then you can put it in that room and just put it on full blast, and then you should be good. It's really easy to remove the filter and get into the actual system. You just basically twist it off, and then you're able to clean the filter and do everything else like that, like I showed you before. Really, really nice. I love this Levoit. Thank you for sending this out to me for review, and I highly recommend you guys to buy one because it's game changing. It's life changing as well. It's something that you definitely need. It's better than any of the smaller air purifiers out there. If you have a small air purifier, it's not going to technically do a really good job. It is small and discreet. It's good for smaller rooms, which Levoit also does sell those, but something like this is good for a big living room or a big house or something like that. It will fit up to 1,600 square feet, like I mentioned before. So that's all I have to say for you guys today. This is my 6-month review. I'll see you guys in the next one at 1 year, and I do have multiple reviews for other products coming up soon because all my 6 months and 1 years are coming up right now. So we're going to be going through a lot of reviews lately. If you haven't subscribed already, I recommend you doing it. It only takes 5 seconds to do so, and might as well. So I'll see you guys in the next one, and we out.